Go.
Alrighty, let's do this again. Another 4 Coors Light X session. Actual Depiction in the studio. So things are a bit
Thank you very much, Jason Drew. Yes, we are live here in Studio 1X for a Coors Light Corwin Ford X session. Welcome in, Actual Depiction. How you doing, guys?
Good, man. Thanks for having us.
Of course. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for being a part of the acoustic fun that we have here in the studio. It's a pretty big event that you guys are a part of tomorrow night. It's called Gods of Rock at the Revolution Concert House and Event Center. It's a great fundraiser, a great event to kind of bring attention to suicide prevention and awareness and make sure people have some places to go and people to talk to when they're in a dark time in their lives. And we appreciate you coming in and talking a little bit about the show and kind of giving us some acoustic jams. For people that are familiar with the Free X series, you guys have been lucky enough and certainly nice enough to play the Free X shows a bunch of times for us. So let me say thank you very much for that, first of all.
Yeah, of course.
We appreciate the fact that you guys go out of your way to be a part of these things. We're big fans of yours and what you've done. And for maybe people that are listening that aren't familiar with Actual Depiction, give us kind of like the origin story. You guys have been around for a while. You're not, a brand new band. You've been around since 2008. So give us a little bit of an idea of what you guys do.
We've been together about 10 years, and it's been a rocky road. It's been up and down. We've released 2 albums over the last 10 years. We balked a 3rd album, and we're actually skipping it, and we're hitting the studio next month to record a 4th album. And we're just trying to get some more traction underneath this. So.
Nice, but you guys have been around a while. You know what you're doing. You've been around the local scene. As somebody who plays a lot and has been around a lot, how do you guys define the Boise local music scene? Are you happy with where it is? Do you think it's in a good place?
Yeah, man, I think it's great. There's tons of great local talent out there. There's awesome people like Chris Holton that have our back and promote us and put us all on the same stage together. It's just a matter of people getting out there and showing that love for all that local support.
It changed a lot in 10 years.
Sure, I can understand that. And part of this too is you guys have lives that you have to pull off on top of being a band, and sometimes scheduling can be an issue, and getting together and putting together practices and rehearsals, and then getting out there and booking gigs and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's the most difficult part.
Right.
Really, is everyone with their kids and their jobs and I hope this doesn't get me in trouble, but the wives, that's almost the biggest part, because they hate the band, but they love the band.
Sure, sure. I mean, and it's been a part of your lives for a decade.
They love it.
And so, it is a big part of what you guys do and who you guys are. What was it about music in general that made you guys want to start Actual Depiction to begin with a decade ago?
Honestly, a decade ago, it was probably just about being together and partying, you know what I mean? And then the music almost came second. But now it's first, and the music is really our lives. These 2 guys are my best friends. He's new to the family, but we're working him in. But just the music in general, just the soul of creating something and then being able to give that to somebody else is why I do it. And,
it's part of growing up, too. I mean, when you start a band in your 20s, that's what it's about. And slowly but surely, as you have children and you have jobs and you have a family, that's one of the things that prioritizes itself. Well, you guys are fantastic. We love to see you live every time you perform for us. And I know you're going to put on a great show. So we would love to hear a song from you if you don't mind butting one out for us.
Cool. So in support of the event tomorrow, we're showcasing an Amy Winehouse song, and this song's called Back to Black. No time for regret, kept her lips wet with her same old safe bet, and me in my head high, and my tears dry, get on without my girl, and you went back to what you knew, so far removed from all that we went through, and I tread a trail treble track, and my odds are stacked, and I go back to black. We only said goodbye with words. I died 100 times. You go back to him, and I go back to us. I love you much, but it's not enough. You love blow, I love puff, and life is like a pie. I'm a tiny penny rolling up the walls inside. You only said goodbye with words. I died 100 times. You go back to him, and I go back to. We only said goodbye with words. I died 100 times. You go back to him, and I go back to black, black, black. Oh, black, black, black. I go back to. We only said goodbye with words. I died 100 times. You go back to him, and I go back to. We only said goodbye with words. I died 100 times. You go back to him, and I go back to black.
Awesome. Great job.
Thank you.
Actual Depiction inside Studio 1X for a Coors Light Corwin Ford X session. They're part of the Gods of Rock tribute tomorrow night at the Revolution Concert House and Events Center. It's all to benefit the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. Great lineup. Actual Depiction going to be there. Nude Oil, Vindicata, Like No One, 57 Heavy. You can grab your tickets if you're watching on Facebook. There's a link right there for you to click on to grab your tickets for tomorrow night. You can also get them at the door. Military veterans have a great discount too to make sure that they can get in and support the show. And you guys are doing something pretty cool for tomorrow night. You've dug the debut album out of the archives and done some reprinting. I can't remember what the hell I put stuff 9 years ago. Was it more difficult than you thought to find that album, or was it pretty easy to get the masters?
It was the X-Rock show with Middle Class Rut, and again, thanks to Chris Holton, because he's got the connections. Brian Denny was there playing, and he reminded me. He's like, "Yo, I have this. I have your guys' master copy. I printed it for you," and we spaced it off. It's a decade ago.
Yeah.
And so I asked him if we could have some copies, and he pretty much gave it to us for a handshake, more or less. And yeah, we're just stoked to have it, man.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So was it cool to kind of revisit that stuff and hear that stuff again, almost for the first time? It may seem.
Yeah, was it last night or 2 nights ago? Me, this guy, and Kenny were in his wife's Yukon just blasting that thing at like 2 in the morning, and she actually was a little upset because she woke up the next morning to start her car and it was dead.
You were jamming out the old CD?
Yeah, we were in there just being a little narcissistic. But,
And I know you've got some copies that'll be available for people to check out tomorrow night. So if you get a chance, hit up the merch table. Support all these local bands. I mean, that's the beauty of this stuff. We want to make sure that these shows like this can continue to happen. So going out and grabbing a ticket and buying a CD or a T-shirt when you're there to support the local music is what keeps the scene going and keeps the vibe going too. Murdoch, one of the things I wanted to ask you is I love Actual Depiction because I dig the hell out of your voice. Did you know early on, like, yeah, I can do some singing, or was it something that you've worked on and developed over time?
When the internet first showed up, I was in chat rooms, right? There was karaoke chat rooms, and I used to go on there, and my mom and my sister would hang out the door, and as soon as I heard them out there, I'd stop singing. So I knew that, maybe someone liked to listen to me, but I didn't have any confidence, and I'm still to this day, like when I got in the studio today, I'm nervous as all hell just to be here. So I don't know. I don't think I think about it like, hey man, you're good enough to do it. I think I just I just do it because it feels good and it feels right. You know what I mean? So
Sure.
that's kind of the platform that I sit on when it comes to my voice.
Well, you are doing great, and you guys are fantastic live. The people that show up tomorrow are going to see a hell of a show from front to back. And I know you had mentioned you're working on some new music, and you've got some dates booked into the studio. How is that going for you? Do you have some stuff ready to go? Has the process been pretty good for you guys?
We've been playing these songs for a minute. We have a teaser song coming out that we've recorded at Nick's house. Nick's got a studio in his house, and so we have a song that we're going to put out here shortly in the next few days. We're trying to polish it up a little bit, but we have a date booked at the end of September at the Tonic Room. Thanks to Jason for hooking us up for that, and so hopefully by winter time we'll have a release date.
I like it, and I like how you're calling it the fourth album too. It's like maybe one day the third will happen.
The third will pepper in there somewhere. Yeah.
Actual Depiction, part of Gods of Rock tomorrow night at the Revolution Concert House and Event Center. Would love to hear one more song from you guys.
Cool. Yeah. This song's called "Shine," and it'll be on our fourth album. Baby, let's break the mold. Yeah, well, fate's giving chase to the young and the old. With nowhere to hide, we must face the truth. There's no more free rides, I'll go tales of the youth. With nowhere to hide, we must face the truth. There's no more free rides, I'll go tales of the youth. Oh, oh, gravity can't bring us down. Our reality is oh so profound. And maybe it's all part of a grand design. Learning to burn before you shine. Learning to burn, learning to burn, learning to burn before you shine. The slate, and maybe let's break that mold. Hey, well, fate's giving chase to the young and the old. With nowhere to hide, we must face that truth. There's no more free rides, I'll go tales of the youth. With nowhere to hide, we must face the truth. There's no more free ride. Oh, oh, gravity can't bring us down. Our reality is oh so profound. And maybe it's all part of that grand design. Learning to burn before you, learning to burn. Well, gravity can't bring us down. Our reality is oh so profound. And maybe it's all part of that grand design. Learning to burn before you shine. Learning to burn, learning
shine, before you shine, before you shine, before you shine, yeah, before you shine, before you shine, before you shine, yeah, before you shine.
Thank you.
Actual Depiction inside Studio 1X for Coors Light Corwin Ford X Session. It is a great example of how great they sound unplugged, and they sound just as good, even better sometimes plugged in, man. It's a great show. Actual Depiction is a great band, a great example of how awesome the Idaho scene can be, and the Boise local scene has been for a long time. Thank you guys for coming in.
Thank you for having
Jess,
us.
Nick, Kenny, thank you guys so much for coming in. Chris, thanks for bringing them in as well. Make sure you check them out tomorrow night, along with a great lineup: Nude Oil, Vindicata, Like No One, 57 Heavy. Again, it's the Gods of Rock tribute. I know you guys are going to perform some original and then a couple of covers, right? That's the deal?
Right. We got, I think, 6 or so. We got our set list figured out. I'll have to look at it. But we're going to we're well put together.
It's written down somewhere. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. Go check them out tomorrow night. It's going to be great. Tickets are on sale now for $10 in advance, and then you can grab them for $15 at the door tomorrow. Discount with military ID. It all goes to a great, great cause. Nice. Thank you again for coming in, making time, taking the day off, and being a part of this. We appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys very much.
All right, Jason Drew, back to you, back to the studio. We appreciate it, man.